What's up everyone, I'm of course the Joker, and today I'm going to be bringing you guys this little video I really want to make because, as a lot of you might be aware, the whole Wave of the Light structure deck has been out, and YouTube has been absolutely crazy in the Yu-Gi-Oh community of just everyone either opening this structure deck, everyone either doing budget deck profiles on the structure deck, and I want to explain why you're not going to see me open up this structure deck, why I'm not going to be opening up today, but I want to be talking about is it actually worth getting the structure deck? And I want to make sure, when the structure deck was out, when decks have been made to actually make this video, I didn't want to make it prior to, because, we didn't know enough beforehand. But now that we do, I really want to make this video and hopefully help you guys out. So let's just get right into it. And I have made a list on my phone. So if you see me looking down, I'm literally just looking at my phone just to check the list, because I've got two different lists. I'm going to talk about the cards that are good only if you're playing budget, and then the cards that are only good if you're playing competitive. So, as you can see with this structure deck, it comes with 2 ultra rares, 3 super rares, and 36 commons. So, off the bat, commons at this point of the time, they're not useful. They're never useful, and you're just buying commons, it's not the sake of it. So, I'm in Australia, so these cards, packs, structure decks, whatever we want to call them, cost a lot more for me than other places. So where you can pick this up in America for $10, it would cost you in Australia for $20. So off the bat, it's either you're paying $30 for all these cards or $60. But still, either way, I'm already not liking that, because as we all know with structure decks, you always pay so much for cards, and half the time you don't even use half the cards, and they end up going in a shoebox and you never see them again. But with this structure deck, I was going through all the cards, and a lot of these, the tokens, you don't really bother with tokens either. That's a card that's not even useful. And, I've got a few of the others. But counting it up, even on my phone, I calculated it, that there's about 17 to 20 cards out of every single structure deck. So less than half, pretty much, that you are even wanting to use in your budget version of this deck. And those cards include, using the whole sacred archknight. So I have saved a few up here. I mean, this one's good, but it is dead in the hand. So even in the budget version, you only play 2 of these. Then you've got the Minerva. This girl is absolutely amazing, although in budget, you only use 2 or 3, if that. Now, I'm not going to go into the effects. I will be leaving a link in the description down below just for you guys to check out all the effects if you want to do that. But I want to make this video really quick for you guys and explain, what's good, what's bad. And off the bat, a lot of these cards you're only going to be using in the budget, and if you're going into competitive, which I'm going into later, I'll explain why this really isn't useful. But then you've got Power Angel Valkyria. Now this is a card you can either run at 2 or 3, it depends on what else you run. There is another card I would like to mention with this, and it is this guy, Meltiel, and I know I'm going through this fast. I feel as if you guys like it when I go a little bit faster. I've been getting more likes when I'm a little bit faster, so that's what I'm going to continue to do. So, I mean, you can either run triple of this guy, or you can run triple of the girl. It's completely up to you. If you run double of her, then run 1 or 2 of him. If you run triple of her, then you run 1 of him. If you run triple of him, you run 1 or 2 of her. It's pretty much vice versa, depending on what kind of plays you want to go for. But then we've got Guiding Arladne. Now, this is one of the more useful cards, so I'm going to be saving this card up. And, when I go into the competitive list, I'm going to be saving a lot of these cards up just for you guys. But a lot of these cards that you're seeing right here, these are just the monster ones that you're going to be using in the budget. With the traps, I will get into that. I'll go back to the list and all that. But with this, there aren't too many decent cards that you're seeing at this point in the game. Even if you're playing budget, I mean, you're paying $60 for all these cards. And if you're playing with your mates, yeah, that's really fun to do. But if you're like me and you want to be going to tournaments and you want to be winning, this just isn't a deck that is really useful at this point in the game. So, I mean, it really depends on what you like to run. It really depends on how you like to play. But for me, I mean, a lot of these cards aren't that useful. But that's how I feel like that. I'm not really a whole fan of counter fairies. I want to say that right now. I'm not hating on counter fairy players. I'm not saying like this is so bad because, I'm counter fairy hated. It's mainly bad because it's a structure deck, and, we had great opportunities for all these awesome cards to be reprinted. I mean, Solemn Strike, if that was reprinted, Ghost Ogre, and this could have been reprinted, and that would have helped a lot of people. I can't stress that enough. But we just didn't get that, so, it really wasn't that useful in my opinion. And then, we do have the Meltiel, and these are some of the other cards that you will be using if you're going budget. Same with Ties of the Brethren. This is a really nice card. Ties of the Brethren is one of the nicer ones, But I mean, paying $60, and I say $60 because, as I said, I'm in Australia, so I'm always seeing this as $60. You can look this card up and it'll be a lot cheaper. A lot of these cards you could buy most of these for a lot cheaper off the internet. Wait your time, and that's always the better thing to do with structure decks. I mean, if you're looking at like, okay, I want to be opening it up this for my channel and all that, yeah, that's a great way to do it. And great way to get views in some particular ways. But a lot of people do it, so it's also a risky thing. And that's why this time I didn't also want to do it, because, you know, I've seen so many other people do it. I wasn't invested into this, and so hopefully you guys don't hate me for that. But I mean, a lot of these cards, like the Sanctum, this is a card that's really nice. It got really nicely made, and you know, this is one of the cards that you do run 3 of, and all that. Same with Sanctuary in the Sky. This got reprinted. Now this is the card you run 1 or 2 of. So I mean, even in budget, you're only really using 2 or 3 of the 2 cards a lot of these at the time, maybe 1-offs, and then all the other cards you might run 3-ofs, but when you go into competitive, you know, I'll tell you guys right now, you're not going to be using a lot of those cards. But I mean, you know, we also did get Solemn Warning, and that's not too bad. I mean, Solemn Warning getting another reprint is pretty nice for a lot of you guys, but I would have preferred Solemn Strike. And then one of the nice traps is Divine Punishment. I only bring up this one even in the budget because it is also one that is used in the competitive decks. And what I mean by competitive is I've been looking into all the deck profiles for you guys. I've been looking into all that stuff. So if you guys want me to build a Counter Fairy deck, you know, I would happily build it for you guys if that's what you guys really want to see. But, you know, there's so many different decks out there that, you know, a lot don't get enough hype. But then, you know, the other card I also want to bring up is Honest, and Honest is a really nice card. It helps light decks, it helps Trickstars, so I mean, it is a really nice hand trap. It's been reprinted so many times, though, that it's losing a lot more value. So, I mean, that's the cards that I really wanted to go into the most, because those are the cards you use in budget and competitive. I will even, you know, tell you a list of competitive kind of deck that you would want to rely on a lot of the cards, and I mean, that would be Boutiful Artemis. You want to run this card at 3 at competitive. Minerva, you want to run her at 2. You've got Guiding, you want to run that one at 3. I will also leave this list in the description down below for you guys just to help you guys out even more. But I mean, Sacred Arc, you only run one of these in a competitive build because it gets cluttered so much. So off the bat, I mean, even in competitive, like the amount of cards that you use is literally gone down by so much. I was saying that in the main deck, you were using maybe 17 to 20 cards out of the structure deck, and the others are just going to be put in your shoebox. Now it's like, you're lucky to even make it to 10 to 12 cards in the whole structure deck that you would use. Like, guys, seriously, you've got Bountiful Artemis, Minerva, Guiding Adeline, Sacred Arc, Valkeryia, which you only run at 1 if that, Meltiel, then you've got Ties of the Brethren, Sanctum, Sanctuary of the Sky, Rebirth, Ultimate, Solemn Warning, and Divine. So that's 13 cards, but a lot of them are one-offs or you play triple of, and you can just buy the playsets of them for a lot cheaper. So off the bat, you know, competitive isn't worth, you know, if you want to play this competitive, it's not worth getting the 3 structure decks. It's a lot better to wait your time out, wait till the cards go down in price, because, I mean, I don't see this deck taking a lot of locals, and I know, you know, a lot of people are fan favorites of these decks, but I don't see it taking locals. And I mean, you still got to fork out for the Card of Demise for these decks, because Card of Demise is a really useful card. Power of Desires, Upstart Goblin, Solemn Strikes, Storming Mirror Force. I mean, your budget's going up, up, and up. I mean, if you pay for the triple of the structure decks, then you're paying $60. Then you pay for another about, let's say, $45 to $60, depending on where you buy your Card of Demise at. That's at $120. And then you've got all the other cards that you still have to get, which is like all your counter traps and all that, just to make sure this deck really does work. And you're looking at like a $200 to $250 deck because you spent so much on these structure decks. And, you know, in my opinion, just wait it out a little bit. Wait it out, guys. You should always wait out with structure decks, and it will help you guys out a lot more. And I mean, you know, Heralds of Orange, I really did want to talk about these cards. I mean, you don't see them in even a lot of the budget ones. Hanwada, I did want to get into that one, which is what I'll get into last. Valhalla, I want to give this one a no, you know, basically, you know, an honorary mention is what I would like to call it. Yeah, definitely an honorary mention. But all these other cards that I did not mention, I mean, these traps, yes, because it is in the budget one and you need those counter traps. But once you get out of the budget version, you're not going to be using those cards. And that's what I want to stress for you guys. I didn't want to buy this structure deck because, you know, as much as I like opening stuff for you guys, I didn't want to buy into this because I know I'm not going to play it. I want to bring you guys deck profiles that I personally play a lot of myself. That's why I love building particular decks. And, you know, I would happily build this deck for you guys online, of course. But, I mean, in my opinion, with this structure deck, it is not a such wise investment. I'm sorry if you guys have picked it up already. To me, it's not a wise investment as buying the structure deck. It's going to save you a lot more money. It's going to save you... It'll cost you definitely a lot less if you just buy the singles like always. I mean, if you're a collector, definitely buy into it. But if you're not a collector and you just want to play the deck, you know, just look up on Troll and Toad or look up on what I personally prefer, you know, all the other ones like eBay in that. I personally prefer going on eBay or something like that than Troll and Toad. But, you know, go to your current locals, go to all that, and check out if you can get cards for a lot cheaper, because guaranteed you probably always can, because a lot of these cards that I mentioned that are the good ones are all commons, and commons aren't worth that much. So, I mean, to pay $20 per structure deck just to get a few cards, it's just not worth it. And of course, I will be leaving I'll leave a list of both different versions, you know, budget and non-budget for you guys, of the cards that are really useful in my opinion in the description down below to help you guys out, because that's what I'm here for, that's what I love doing. But I really want to make this video for you guys and hopefully help you guys out on, you know, be more aware of what you're buying into, be careful of what you buy into. If you're getting into a deck, you know, check out what's good, check out what's bad. I mean, if you guys want to check out deck profiles on Counter Fairies, I will give... You know, there's a whole bunch of links in the description down below. There will be of like so many different channels that I really do support. Off the bat, you know, Will the Reaper, I just found the guy. He's absolutely amazing. My amazing, awesome James, he also did one. Trying to remember some of the others. I'm really sorry for forgetting your names, guys. Oh, the amazing Batman. Yes, that was another one. Team MLB, they did one. So there's 3 off the bat. I've forgotten some of the others, but of course all their names and all that will always be in the description down below for you guys to help you guys out, because that's what I'm here to do. I'm here to help you guys out as much as I possibly can, and hopefully, you know, help you enjoy the game a lot more and keep you up to date and be more aware of what you're buying into. And I really hope this video has helped you guys out. If you were thinking about buying this structure deck before, comment below if this video has actually changed that, or if this video has, you know, persuaded you definitely not to buy it even more, or comment down below, you know, how you feel about all this structure deck and what you would have preferred to come out, and, you know, and all the rest, all your opinions. I really want to hear them, guys. Just comment down below and I'll be happy to respond to them as quick as possible, as always, because that's what I love doing. And, you know, if you want to chat with me on any of the social networks I'm a part of, comment down. There will be a link to all of them in the description down below, so you can chat with me on any of them. I'm on Facebook, Twitter, Discord. I may not use all of them 24/7, but I always go on to them at the end of the day, and I just love chatting with you guys. And, you know, at the end of the day, I really want to have fun with you guys. I really want to, you know, hopefully help you guys through these videos, and I hope this one has. And, of course, you know, comment down below what you guys want to see next. And, of course, till then, until the next one, I hope you guys keep on smiling, have fun in Yu-Gi-Oh! Until then, I'm, of course, the Joker, and I'll see you next time, everybody.